Okay, guys, so if it's in your practice, let's start with the blocks. And we'll start with supported bridge. We started here last week. And if you want, you can bring that block underneath the sacrum. And Jimmy likes to walk his legs all the way out. If you want to do that tonight, you can. Or if you want to bring no back bend into the shape, that's what that supported bridge is for. If you're in the supported bridge, it's kind of less of a yin shape and more of a grounding shape. If you have those legs out, that's more of a yin shape where you're going to feel that compression in the low back, maybe a little bit on the front of the body. So just offer yourself, be kind to yourself, and find the shape that works for you. Let the breath go and just drop into your breath. Bringing yourself here into this moment. Good, guys. Maybe noticing that rise and fall of the breath. Maybe you notice it because you hear it. Maybe you feel it. Maybe you notice the heat of the mask, of the breath in the mask. But feel that breath. Then let's remind ourselves our asana of the week, this shoelace, translates to corpse pose. We said this earlier this week that it's not intended to be, a morbid corpse decaying on the ground, that's resting on the earth, but rather this idea, the death of limiting thoughts, and that line to rest the idea of separateness. Feeling yourself connected to the greater whole, universal consciousness, to God. Whatever language is meaningful to you, know that this corpse pose is a reminder that you are not separate from God, from Source, from universal consciousness, from the greater whole. We are all one. And that Sanskrit phrase I shared in my email this week. I am one, let me become many. Ekoham Vayasyam. Knowing that we are an individual vessel, but that we are all connected. As you're ready, lift those hips up, plant the feet on the floor if those legs are long, and move that block, and we'll come into our first rebound. And see about dropping into Savasana, this idea, the letting go of limiting thoughts. And then see about dropping into this space of kindness towards self, that death to the duality that there is right or wrong. Allowing ourselves to receive our practice tonight. And slowly coming up to a seated position without rush. Maybe bringing a block with you to have handy or two. Come into our shoelace pose. So bringing maybe that left leg in front of the body and crossing the right foot over the leg and then sliding that right heel back. So maybe the right knee is stacked over the left knee and that left foot can be lazy. Like we talked about last week, letting the connective tissue and joints expand. So these blocks are here to kind of support the arms. If you want, and I know that Annalise likes to do this way, bring that left heel kind of underneath the right glute. And that right heel is on the left side of that left leg and the knees stack. So I know sometimes you like to have the feet kind of behind you. And if you do it that way, you can grab onto the feet and just lean forward. If you've got that leg in front of you, just do exactly what you're doing. You can hold that leg. You can rest hands on blocks. I like to have the blocks here too, to stack my head on the blocks. So maybe you feel this in the outer hip if you're in full shoelace. If you're in that half shoelace with the leg long, you might feel it on the back side of that extended leg. Allow yourself to be here. You also might notice it in the back of the neck if you tuck that chin to the chest. Maybe rounding the spine. See about softening the gaze. I am one, let me become many. Cultivating our self-compassion this evening. It's compassion for other beings. Letting the breath come and go here. Thinking about that bent knee, that stomach meridian supporting us in digesting the day. With this back somewhat rounded, we were somewhat hinging over. That's the urinary bladder meridian, the kidneys, giving a little bit of a boost to our immune system as we support the kidneys. Allowing the urinary bladder meridian to let us know that right now we are not fighting for our lives physically. Letting an exhale go. Your mind starts to wander, perhaps doing a body scan from the fingertips to the shoulders, and then back down to the fingertips. Up and down the arms. And bring the awareness up and down the spine. And then bring the awareness from one side of the forehead to the next and back. And slowly make your way out of the shape, just unraveling. Good job. Make your way to rebound. Maybe with each rebound, taking us deeper and reminding us of our Shavasana. Just letting go of that idea of separateness. Doesn't mean we don't have our individual interests, our individual skills, or individual dreams, but it means that on a deep level, we are all connected. You notice where you feel that chi in your body, perhaps the bent leg, perhaps the back. And counting our rebound down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now in between sides here from our butterfly, we're going to come into our full butterfly by bringing the soles of the feet together. So you can stay on your back and bring the feet together, let the knees come out wide. If you want, you can come to seated and find a seated butterfly. If you come to seated butterfly and you bring those feet together, you can hinge forward a little bit. And you might notice it in the low back as well. So whether you want to lie down, if you just finished a hard workout, it's a little more yin. If you want to sit up, you know, in our vinyasa practice, our seated butterfly is very yin, right, in context. In our yin practice, a seated butterfly is a little more yang because it takes a little bit more effort to sit upright. So everything in context is all relative, right? Finding your shape of butterfly for your practice this evening. Noticing the back of the body. In front of the body. And the entire body. So you're noticing the joints, scanning from the toes to the hips, noticing all the joints along the way. When you get to your hips, pause. And then scan up that spine, just one little vertebra at a time. Maybe counting backwards from 12. And counting backwards from 12 again as we just guide the awareness up the spine. You lose count. Just start again, the base of the spine, counting 12. Along the spine, all the way up to the base of the neck. Now perhaps letting go of the counting, noticing the joints, from the shoulders to the fingers. If you're in your seated butterfly, just lifting those shoulders up over the hips, maybe bringing hands kind of behind the hips, bringing soles of the feet together, letting the legs come long on the floor, lowering onto the back. If you're on your back, bring the feet to the ground, knees together, and then let those legs come long. And we'll find this rebound. Oh. And pause. Maybe beginning at the crown of the head, counting down from 12, from the crown of the head down to the feet, just scanning the body. Do a count of 12 from the crown of the head to the feet. Let's exhale. Regardless of where you are on your countdown, make your way to seated. Gently log rolling out by rolling to one side and then trusting up. We'll come to our butterfly or half butterfly on the other side now. So we'll bring that right leg in front, nice and long. Bring the left foot across the leg, slide that heel back, and then just cascade over that knee, those knees stacked. If you want, you can bring that right heel towards the left glute. It's a little bit of a different sensation if you have that both feet back. Just find what feels right for you. And then here we are. bend in a knee to support our digestion, so to support us in drawing nourishment from our day. In Sanskrit, the word viveka means to discriminate. There's a prana in the body, his job. Prana is that life source. To support the body in discriminating what is supportive and what it can let go of. Hanging on to the nourishment from our food, from our drink. If there's an area of your body that maybe is achy, maybe it feels inflamed, see about bringing your awareness there. Just imagining the wisdom of prana, of viveka, doing exactly what that area of your body needs. Maybe it's the mind. Remembering to exhale. See if that brings a little more release into the body. Give yourself another breath. And see about exhaling for a 6 count, a nice slow exhale. And then drawing the breath in again. And the 6 count exhale. And inhale. Pause for 2 counts at the top. And then exhale. Inhale. Pause for 2 counts at the top. Exhale for 6. Find your normal breath. Notice your toes. Notice your hands. Begin to come into that rebound whenever you're ready. Just lifting the heart, lifting the chest, slowly making your way to your back body. Our rebound, our shavasana. Allowing the breath to come and go, you guys, in this rebound. One more breath. Exhale. And then just gently come to seated. I'm going to show you the next shape. We haven't done this one in a couple of years. We've been doing a variation. We're going to come into cat pulling its tail. So I'm going to turn onto my left side. So when you guys do this the first time, you'll also turn onto the belly first, but you'll roll up onto the left side. So what we do first, from the belly, bring the left arm out like a T. And then we roll over onto the left side. Okay, that's going to support the left shoulder. And from here, you can stay just like this with that leg up, and you can just let this be the shape. This is the shoulder. Or maybe you want to bring that right knee down, and that right arm comes up, finds the left foot, okay, so the bottom leg, and just let that knee come back and hold the foot in the hand. That is our cat's pulling the tail. I'll go through that one more time. So first, come onto your bellies. And on your belly, bring your left arm out like a T. Yep. And then let's roll over onto the left side. The right hand pressing us up, the left arm is out, roll onto the left side. That left leg is long. If you want, just stay here. You want to feel it across the left arm, the right foot on the ground, the knee towards the sky. Or bring that right knee to the ground in front of the right hip. The left heel comes towards the glute. Find the left foot with the right hand. And hold that foot, that left hand in the right hand. Or the left foot, sorry, in the right hand. You might feel it on the left quad. We usually just lay on our belly for this. So if you want, come onto the belly and just grab the left foot with the left hand for that quad opener. You won't have that across the shoulder that way. So whichever is in your practice tonight, guys. Opening up the lung, the heart, the small intestine meridians across the shoulder. Soften the gaze as best you can. And if you want, see if you can rest the side of the head on the floor. And if that's not comfortable, maybe wiggle your right toes and I'll bring a block underneath your head. We don't want to strain the neck. Allow yourself to be here in this shape. And allow this shape to take you deeper within. Allowing yourself to go deep inside and to notice that you can operate from a deeper mind level of consciousness by bringing awareness to your innermost part of yourself. Operating from that higher level of consciousness. In the words of Rainer Maria Rilke, go into yourself and see how deep the place is from which their life flows. Gently letting go of that foot, making sure it doesn't kind of fly out of there like a rubber band. And maybe you rebound onto the belly. Oh, or rolling onto the back if you want. Maybe noticing one side of the back even feels different than the other. Maybe longer or shorter. Maybe they feel the same. Feeling the diaphragm pressing into the floor as you breathe. Here's our rebound for 5, 4. Good, guys. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll come into this on the other side. So we just lift the chin enough to bring that right arm out to the side. As you're ready, the left hand presses you up and over onto that right side. You can bring that left knee in front of the hip, kind of towards the side of the mat, and then find that right foot with the left hand and pull that foot away from the body. Resting the head on the ground. Finding your cat pulling its tail on the other side. And if that's not comfortable on that side, guys, come onto the belly and find that right foot in the right hand. That's what we've been doing for a while. And there's nothing, it's not like you're shortcutting if you do it that way. Good, guys. Maybe noticing the points of contact with the ground, which might be a very deep practice in proprioception right now. Knowing where our limbs are in space. Maybe here we practice being the witness. And imagine seeing our physical body on the floor. And just noticing the breathing in that body. And then coming back into this physical body, being the witness to our emotions. Being able to create space between ourselves and perhaps the way that we feel. Between a stimulus and a response, there is a space. And that's what we practice for, is that space between the stimulus and the response. Sometimes there's a stimulus and we can respond a day later. Sometimes there's a stimulus and the response is almost instantaneous, but it's moments like these that prepare us. That brief space or grand space to be mindful. Being the witness to the stimulus, operating from that deep level, high level of consciousness. Nice, guys, releasing the foot from the hand, letting go of that leg, coming onto the front of the body, or the back of the body for your rebound. Let's exhale. On your next exhale, our final shape, hug knees into the chest. If you want, you can come into happy baby, bringing the hands on the outside of the foot. Happy baby would be a really nice way to close. Gonna give a little bit of relief to the backs of the legs. We've been giving a lot of awareness to the front and the sides of the legs and the hips. This will be a little bit more of the backs of the legs. If you have Apanasana with the knees to the stomach, that's going to help you feel a little more grounded in the body and maybe support some digestion. So Annalise, if you've been traveling, your Apanasana with the hands on the shins and knees hugged in might be really nice and grounding, activating earth element, supporting digestion. And that happy baby is going to be more on those backs of the legs, guys. So whatever you need. We're going to give ourselves plenty of space here. Practice is our offering here. One thing I don't mention enough or almost at all is that our yin yoga also promotes the production of hyaluronic acid, which is like the lubrication for our joints. You can take that as a supplement over the counter to support with joint health. You can also practice yin yoga. That awareness to the joints, the hyaluronic acid supporting healthy joints. Whenever you're ready, guys, you'll rebound. Shavasana is waiting for you. Bringing awareness to the toes of the right foot, relaxing the toes. Relaxing the soles of the right foot, the heel of the right foot, the right knee, the right hip. Relaxing the entire right leg. Your awareness to the right hand and soften the right hand. The right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, relax. The right side body, the muscles between the ribs on the right side. Relax. Relax the toes on the left foot, the sole, the top of the left foot, the heel of the left foot. Relax. Relax the knee and the hip. Relax the entire left leg. Relax the left fingers, the left palm, the left hand, left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder. Relax the entire left side of the body. The muscles between the ribs on the left side, the left torso. Relax the entire front of the body, the back of the body. Feeling the back of the body on the floor, relax. Relax the lips, the nose, the eyes, the ears, the forehead, the back of the head, the front of the face. Relax the entire body. Relax the entire body. Awareness to the room that you're in. Remembering that it's Thursday. Maybe opening and closing the jaw, beginning to move the head side to side. Without rush, and as you're ready, just lifting up to a seated position if that's how you'd like to close your practice this evening. If you'd like to remain on your back, please stay on your back. Perhaps going forth with our collective intention of operating from a higher level of consciousness, embodying Savasana and the essence of Savasana throughout the steps we take, the breaths we breathe. Let's breathe in and out. Inhale to close.
Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.